Welcome to episode 17 of Tear the Veil with Dr. Fumi. I am your humble host, the Princess of Suburbia, an African princess, precisely a Nigerian princess that's living in Diaspora. I'm a board-certified psychiatric mental health doctor of nurse practice with community clinics in Arizona, USA. I'm also a Johnson & Johnson Nurse Innovation Fellowship. I'm often called your life ambassador and your compassionate trauma care maestro, and author of 16 best-selling books. Again, welcome to episode 17, where we're going to be talking about character. Character in America is on trial. We have hashtag Biden and hashtag Trump face-off. But the truth is, America needs healing, not division. As an African princess that's living in diaspora, an African immigrant, and an American citizen as such, I have been fortunate to enjoy both worlds. I have experienced the good, the bad, and now the ugly, and I really mean ugly, of both worlds. Coming to America was a very difficult decision for me. But the truth be told, I was not suffering in Nigeria, but I wanted a better opportunity. Today, America is in deep crisis. America, my beloved America, is truly in an incredible amount of crisis. And the whole world is watching. And some taking an event from her playbook of violence. In other words, some other countries, like my own country, Nigeria, is taking something out of the book of violence. In America, we're looking at violence. We're looking at cruel criticism of one another. We're looking at social injustice, our failed effort at containing COVID-19, and of course leaders who are masquerades, or need I say, clowns pretending to be leaders. The sad part is the fact that they are actually having a group or groups of people of their like minds, people that are carrying along the torch. On today's show, America, a global community at large, let's talk about our character as a nation. When we are going to wake up and when we are going to get up from our slumber, and when do we do the right thing? So come on in and let's talk about the face-off we have been experiencing in America. Do you really think America needs more division or healing? Again, I welcome you aboard this ship called Tear the Veil with Dr. Fumi. This show is where recovery and wellness flow. We bring practical tools to help you leap from trauma to recovery by rewriting your life stories and re-engineering your legacies. So tonight I got to watch some news platforms. And as I watched, there was one particular expert that was interviewed at one of the very popular networks. And as he began to speak, there was this word, this phrase that came to me. Our character is on trial. The character of America, what made America great. Can I say that again? What made, M-A-D-E, not make, what made America great was its character. America was never perfect. because we all know the social injustice that have been going on for eons. But yet, America had character. And the character of America always began with their leadership. Because frankly, our leaders represent us. What our leaders do that the world see is usually what they say America is. So if we have or we vote in a character or a leader that has character, if we vote in a leader that has an even toned voice, if we vote in a leader that is powerful and yet not divisive, guess what? The world will say America is not divisive. If you are a corporate person and you are the head of that corporate organization, what you do on the outside, how you are represented, how you represent yourself on the outside, is going to be a complete 100%, in fact, 1,000% representation of that organization that you represent. So when we look, right, at many of the successful corporations, many of the successful organizations in America, every time we talk about those organizations, we always start off by talking about their leaders, right? We talk about Microsoft. We talk, right, about Mac. We talk about all these organizations, Facebook. And every time we mention them, we talk about their leaders. This is the same way in politics. So that when you are talking about America, you are essentially talking about our leaders, starting with, that's right, Trump, President Trump. So that when President Trump is out there doing his thing, he represents us. When it was Obama, when he was there, he represented us. When Reagan was on there, people looked at us through the eyes of Reagan. When Bush was there, people looked at America through the eyes of Bush. And so, what am I saying here? When people are looking at us right now and saying America have no clue what they're doing, when people are looking at America from the outside in and saying, my goodness, and we thought you guys were the leaders. My God, we cannot follow you all because you all have no clue what you're doing. When the world is looking at America and saying, I thought you were world leaders and now we're actually lagging behind. When they're looking at us and saying, gee, you guys don't even get your act together. You can never get your act together. When they are looking at America and saying, my goodness, what kind of spirit is on you right now? What kind of division is on you right now? What kind of mess is this? What kind of chaos is this? Guess what? It's because of leadership. Because whatever the leaders present to the world is what they see. Whatever the leaders present, whichever way the leaders work, is how they're going to say America is. So we have a situation now where Biden faces, right, Trump. There's a face-off between that. And I'm telling you, the difference is huge. I am not talking about politics today. I'm just talking, this is just me, an African immigrant, just talking. And it's amazing how you see the difference in how we present things. It's amazing how we see how America has suddenly become something that people from the outside look and say, you know what? And we thought we wanted to be a part of this. It is a shame. It is shameful when our leaders start acting like clowns, when our leaders start spewing out lies, when our leaders open their mouth, and I said leaders, I'm not saying one particular leader, but I'm talking about leaders open their mouths and they spew out 7 sentences, and out of those 7 sentences, 6 3/4 of it is absolute lies. We have a situation where leaders are now desperate to hold on to their titles. They're desperate to hold on to the seats because they feel like they are God's gift to mankind. We have leaders that don't want to leave and will do absolutely anything and everything to hold on to something that they were not even born with. Frankly, you got it from somebody else. So you know that there will be times where you will have to let go so that somebody else can do it. We have leaders, masquerades, who are masking their own insecurities, who are sociopathic, who are narcissistic, who are sadistic, and yet, they have groups of people, and sadly, some of them, majority of them, are my Christian brothers and sisters who have this tunnel vision about what they think America should be or who they think America should serve. They have taken the Bible out of context and forgetting that even in the church, there are people that are struggling with their sexuality. Even in the church, there are leaders who are struggling with their sexuality. There are leaders who have, yeah, that's right, who have committed abortion before. There are leaders in the church who have been raped by their brothers, who have been raped by their fathers, who have been left pregnant by their fathers. We've got to get it right. We've got to get it right, y'all. Voting somebody who is an autocratic, voting somebody who is sadistic, voting somebody who is narcissistic because you want to make sure you get control over the rights of a woman's body. I don't think that's what God wants. I don't think that's what God wants. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not necessarily for abortion. I'm not necessarily right for same-sex marriage. But the truth be told is that this is what life is now. These issues are not going away. People that are involved in these issues are not going away. And they have a right to live on earth just like you do. For those of my sisters who've been molested, I have sisters that I know. And when I say sisters, I don't mean my blood sisters. I'm just talking about sisters that I know that were impregnated by their uncles. Can we get this right? How would you look at something that is so wrong and you say because that person says, oh, I'm pro-life, then because of that, you're going to ignore all the atrocities. You're going to ignore all the division that this person is causing. And you're going to say, this is the right person. How would you ignore over the number of thousands, six-digit thousands of people that have died of COVID. And you say, well, this person is just going to bring our economy together. But here's the thing. Will there be an economy without people? When, as America, got into a point where we are so self-centered now, to each his own. And frankly, if your family is not hit by COVID, personally, we have people that just don't give a rat's about other people because, after all, they have not personally experienced it. And speaking about personal experience, I sit back and I watch our president, how they said he had COVID. And for me, as a board-certified mental health doctor of nurse practice, with people that I see that have COVID, I have to wonder. No, truly, I truly have to wonder. I don't know. I truly have to wonder if he truly had COVID. Perhaps he had something else, maybe a strain that wasn't really COVID. Because there is nobody that I know on the face of this earth that have been through it, really been through it, and came out and are changed. So, I want to leave it at that. Until next time, be inspired, be motivated, be of sentimental value. Understand that you are the hero in your life stories. Do not allow anybody to write or rewrite your story. You are your own legacy. The world needs you. This show is where recovery and wellness flow. Until next time, see you and God bless. Bye-bye.